I've been running for a long time, like a really long time. And I've raced everything from 5Ks, half marathons, so many marathons that I stopped counting. I know how to suffer. It's what we do as endurance athletes. But in a few months, I'll be turning 40. In that week, I will be running my first 100-mile race. 100 miles isn't about speed. It's about staying honest when everything is negotiating with my stomach, my legs, my confidence, or whatever it is during this race. I'm not doing this to prove that I'm still fast. I'm doing it because I haven't been scared to run a race in a very long time. And this one, it scares me. So come along this journey not to see what big training mileage looks like, not to learn what a training program looks like, but to see, can someone turning 40 do something they've never done before that scares them and tackle an endurance event that is brand new to them while managing a full-time job, a family that I love, and everything else that life has to throw at me. This is 40 to 100, the long way around. And it begins with... That's pretty rad, huh? Yep, that's right. Did the Disney World Marathon only knowing I was gonna do it a couple days before. And that is exactly my point. The marathon distance doesn't scare me anymore. And so here I am. And as the clock continued to turn and I saw my age getting up there, I thought to myself, there is no better time for me to tackle this distance that scares me than on the week of my 40th birthday. And so I will be towing the lines to Canyons 100 in Auburn, California, just inland from where I live now, and giving it an honest go.
All right, here we are. First time in a very long time. I am starting a training block and having no idea how this race is gonna go. If you've followed along, you've noticed a lot of New York marathons, a lot of shorter distance stuff, a couple 50 milers in there. I really know how to do those, but this 100 miler is one of those unknowns that as I sit today and as I have built out the training plan and put it all together, I still question whether or not I can do it. The last time I did something like this was my first Ironman I did. Man, this was back in 2013. And I remember finishing my first 100-mile bike ride and thinking to myself, I still have to do 12 more miles on the bike and then get off and run a marathon. And that was the last time I felt as scared about an endurance event as I do today. And so why do it now? With every other person that turns 40, going through a little bit of a crisis, thinking to myself, holy cow, I am no longer the young guy that I used to be. And also thinking to myself, let's push myself to the next level. Always wanted to do a 100 miler, but now is kind of that perfect time to be able to test myself, put myself through something more challenging than I've ever had before, and experience something brand new. And so that's what this video series is all about. It's for those that follow the channel to go on with me as hitting a bunch of milestones. Turning 40, running 100 miles. Not only is it the furthest I've ever ran, but it's gonna be the most elevation, the longest time I've been on my feet. Today officially starts off the training block and I am super pumped. So out here in beautiful Santa Cruz County, and gonna really be experiencing a lot of the new trails in this area as I'm stepping out on one I've never ran before. But let's do it. Let's go on the journey. Because the last several races I've done, I've been able to predict my finishing time pretty much within a handful of seconds and or minutes. This one, I have no idea what is about ready to happen.
And so now we train. And just like this trail that I'm running on right now, where I can barely see in front of me, it's kind of what this journey feels like. But as long as I keep taking steps forward,
moving up the climbs and continuing my progress, we are gonna get to the top of that 100-miler. But it's not gonna be easy, it's not gonna be simple, it's gonna be tackling new things. And it all begins with a trip to Switzerland for my family.